All of the content contained in this webcast is for informational purposes only. The investments and strategies contained in this webcast may not be suitable for you. Please consult your own independent financial advisor before making any investment or trading decisions. Good morning, traders and investors around the world, and welcome to Monday's March Madness edition of PreMarketInfo.com, where we prepare you for the most important hour of the day, the first hour. Taking a look at the overnight activity in the S&P 500, the current high stands at 1366.75. That's 2 points below the Friday and weekly high, as well as 4 points away of the high of the move at 1371.25. Major resistance overhead in the market today. If that 66.75 holds as the high of the day, we have a downside target of 1353.25. The current low stands at 1360.75. That's one tick above Friday's intraday low at 1360.50. Not a real strong support number by any means. However, if that 60.75 holds up as the low of the day, we have an upside target of 1374.75. Moving on to the Big Ten. Even though the S&Ps are currently trading near their high of the move, Exxon Mobil is trading at a 16-day low, closing at 84.30 on Friday. Going to be opening up into support the Friday and weekly low at 84.05. If that does not hold, we are looking at the low from February 19th at 83.19. Coming back on the upside, you will have mild resistance at the close, 84.30, but expect major resistance to begin at the $85 level. Apple Computer currently bucking the trend of the S&Ps right now, trading up $2.60. Have a good number for you folks to keep an eye on here. The all-time high, 548.21. That will be our resistance. Above that level is your guess is as good as mine. Support 545.18. That was the close, the all-time high close by a penny. Friday's low 543.11. Tight range on Friday for Apple. Put your sell stops there because if it takes that out, there's nothing for a good $5-6. Moving on to our next component, IBM. Currently trading down just 6 cents in the pre-market, settled over the $200 level. Just a couple numbers to keep an eye on for IBM. You have Friday's high at 201.10 and the all-time high at 201.19. Little double top for you there, so expect a major resistance starting at the 201. Coming back on the downside, tight range in IBM on Friday. Friday's low was 199.72. Below that, you have the 2-day low at 198.65. Moving on to our next component, Chevron Corporation, acting quite differently from Exxon Mobil, still hanging out $1.50 away from its all-time high at 110.99. Keep an eye, Friday's low 109.37. We are opening up into support. Below that level is the weekly low at 108. Coming back on the upside, I'm sure people will not be missing an opportunity to sell this issue again in the 110s, if in fact it can get there. Moving on to our next component, Microsoft, pretty much a matching range on Friday, making a high at 32.16. In 21 the last 2 days, with both closes right around the $32 level. Microsoft is opening up into Thursdays and Fridays lows, so Microsoft opening into support. If in fact it can't hold that 31.90 level, it should be trading down to Tuesdays and Wednesdays low at 31.49 to 31.53. Microsoft seems to be losing some of that momentum that it's held since late November. General Electric, which was boosted midweek by some positive comments from the company, reaffirmed earnings guidance, is now again flirting with the $19 level. Got as high as 19.18 on Friday before settling back to close at 19.04. The level to keep an eye on for General Electric is 18.92, matching lows there from Thursday and Friday. If in fact it can't hold 1892, well, let's look for GE to perhaps trade back down to Wednesday's low at 1855. Procter & Gamble, just trading down a few cents in the pre-market. Have an excellent formation here, folks. You have a quadruple top, Tuesdays through Fridays high, all in the 67.06 to 67.09 level. You still got to be selling it until it can bust through that area. Coming back on the downside, you have mild support at 66.60, which was Friday's low. The major support comes in at the 10-day low at 66.13. The weekly low just above that at 66.20. AT&T, just kind of an unusual close in that stock. Gapped up and closed at the high of the day, 31.18. We'll be using that number as resistance. Above that level, we're looking at the 31.50 level. Coming back on the downside, Friday's low matched Thursday's close at 31, so that should be some mild support. If in fact it can't hold 31, we have Thursday's low at 30.88. AT&T has been unusually strong the last couple days. J&J traded within an entire point last week, currently trading up a couple cents in the pre-market. Thursdays and Fridays highs now have moved down to 65 and 65.08. The bounces that J&J has been getting off the low 64 level has been capped at lower and lower levels here. Perhaps this will be the week when it actually trades in the 63s. You have the 3 and the 4-day low at 64.12 and 64.19, and the 10-day low at 64.02. And moving on to our final component, Pfizer Corporation was able to bust through some major resistance on Friday. Really thought this 21.55 to 58 level was going to hold. It did get through there, got up to 21.74, which was a 27-day high, before peeling back and closing just a few cents off the low of the day. 21.45 was the close. Thursday and Friday's lows at 21.42 to 44. If that level can't hold, we'll look to trade down to the 3 and 4-day lows at 21.19 to 21.25. S&P's here just kind of having a slow melt, trading now down below the mid-range of the day. Looks like we are going to be opening up into the intraday low at 1360.75, which coincides with Friday's. We're going to open up into the Globex low, which is 1360.75, which coincides with Friday's intraday low at 1360.50. Going to take a quick break here and be back with our market movers.